Good morning, friends and friend, Johnny, also my friend. But
Thank you.
everyone
Good to be
watching,
here. Good to be here.
namaste. It is Saturday Sadhana, and we are back with another lesson on an instrument. This time is Taanpura, which we have seen and heard many times and we know nothing about. So we're excited to dive in on this. The person that's going to be teaching us and demonstrating the instrument is Pandit Ajoy Chakraborty.
Doc-
Uh,
yes.
and he's a legendary Hindustani classical vocalist. And this is the cool part. He's Kaushiki's father, who's a singer we love.
Yes.
So that's a pretty cool tie-in. So I'm excited to learn more.
Absolutely. So let's jump in. Before we do, though, if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button. Ring that bell and follow us. See what we're up to.
See where the adventure takes us.
Now in front of you, I'm sitting here with a Taanpura,
Taanpura.
the most advanced but very simple instrument of
Beautiful instrument.
Indian music.
Yeah, it is.
Perhaps we don't know that the maximum overtones, the maximum higher frequency and the maximum lower frequency this instrument can produce is the unique of its own kind. No other acoustic instrument can produce so high or low frequencies.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Stretches
Only
beyond
four
the piano,
strings and four sticks, wooden sticks here, to maintain the tension of the strings and to tune the same are used. These are wooden sticks. These four strings, the middle strings, are called juri. Juri. Both the strings are pairs. Actually, both of them produces the same note, the middle octave sa in case of a gents Taanpura. And the first string, this first string is a bronze string which produces pa, the middle octave, fifth note. And the last note, this is also a bronze string. This produces the lower sa, the lower octave I mentioned in a harmonium.
First and fifth.
So if you were just looking at on the piano, Johnny, what would that look like?
Yes.
It's interesting. The two...
Oh, it would look like not this.
Nothing. Where's your piano?
So I hit my head against the video camera, so that's why it's like that.
You're too tall. Johnny's 6'4", so it's bound to happen often.
Yes, and I'm clumsy too. So, oh gosh, this is not good. Okay.
And we're back.
That was smooth.
Piano
Jeez.
is in view.
Okay, so yes. So basically it's talking about, so you got your main note, and then, so those are the two middle strings, correct?
Yeah, the same note,
They
which
play
is
the same
really
thing.
interesting.
They work in tandem, yeah. And then the pa, which is the fifth, so do, for us would be, so, do, re, mi, fa, so. Okay, and then
And then the octave under.
Octave under. So it's basically, it's got that that sort of open sound. It's not minor or major.
Yeah, so you can...
So it's what we'd call like a power chord when you play guitar. So it leaves that middle third open for interpretation. So that's why you can play all those ragas.
Exactly, and so many different moods can be created accordingly. But I think the fact that the two middle are the same is really interesting, because it's like when we're singing in the studio very often, depending on the song, what's being asked for, you would have the singer double the voice. And even though you're aiming for the exact same pitch and same timing, it gives a slight imperfection, because to reproduce it exactly isn't going to happen. Those two strings, the tension may not be 1000% exact, and the time that they were struck and things like that, you can have this very, very slight variation that creates its own chorusy mood. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's where the magic takes place. And if they were exactly the same, which is not possible,
right.
because they'd have to vibrate.
Well,
the
then
same
you just be
exact,
one string.
Then
Yeah.
it would be oh, what's it called when it's a phasing effect. It would sound
Right.
hard to say, just like a phase. I guess, how do you describe it? But yeah, with all those combination of things together, it creates something very magical.
Absolutely.
Taanpura is such an important instrument that it makes your voice, with the help of the overtones and the continuity of playing style of this instrument. This is most important for a vocalist, for an Indian vocalist, to make the voice more powerful, more pinpointed, perfect, and to complement the intermediate notes as well.
That gives reference
If you
for
sing
the
with a harmonium,
singer at all
playing
times.
sa and singing komal re, you will find it horrible. But if you play Taanpura, pa, sa, sa, and sing komal re, it will complement. It will never be any contradictory feeling in your ear. So, the first thing in Indian music we should learn is to know our keynote. Say, for example, I sing from C sharp. My sa will be sa, sa. This is an electronic Taanpura. Nowadays we use these electronic tamburas as a synthesized form of this unique instrument, but it can never match the quality of this
no doubt.
Just like
acoustic
keyboard
Taanpura.
versus piano, yeah.
Now see, I'm singing sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa sa. This is C sharp. Sa. For Indian music, sa, to know the sa is the most important thing. And if we know the sa, then all
Notice he knew the sa without even playing the sa. Whether he has perfect pitch or extremely strong relative pitch. I thought that was pretty cool.
Or just the muscle memory kicking in.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
knows what that feels like. But C sharp is sort of a go-to drone note, I feel like, in Indian music.
Wonder why that is.
other
usually
notes
it's
are known to me.
Right,
Like
natural
sa
C
re
for
ga
us.
ma, this is F sharp. Sa re ga, this is B flat. Sa ni, this is A. Sa re komal ga, this is E.
E.
Sa re ga, this is F. So this is very important to know the names and to recognize them through your ears, not with the help of a harmonium. Now if I play the Taanpura, these two
Those two notes.
jury strings, pairs,
Like it makes you
are
float.
sa.
Yeah.
Sa, sa, this is pa, this is pa, sa, sa, sa. This sa is out of tune. Now how to tune it? In our country you will be surprised to know that we have reduced the use of Taanpura and we don't know how to tune correctly, how to tune the tambura correctly. I am not talking about them who knows it, but I am really concerned that for last more than 100 years there is no process of Taanpura tuning is available for the students.
Interesting.
So I think it's very important, and you will find the Shruti Nandan logo,
Just froze.
Oh, sorry.
the logo.
Just froze.
Yeah, hold on a second. You know, I was thinking that lowest to highest note he was referring to earlier, that I think maybe he's referring to the Indian instruments as opposed to a piano, in terms of maybe sitar or the veena or some sort of like acoustic guitar form.
Perhaps, yeah.
Because a piano can technically go, or what does go lower than that, a typical 88 key keyboard. So I might have misunderstood what he was saying at the beginning there.
Itself is an attempt of somebody who is trying to hold the tambura. If you look at the logo of Shruti Nandan, you will find it. If you can hold the tambura and if you know how to tune it, how to practice with it, how to practice with it and how to play it and where to play it, then you are a master of music. So it is very important. First, you will have to tune the first string of this juri, the pair. One strike, and this stick will have to be handled in such a way that immediately it will go straight to the desired note, that is C sharp for me. This is C sharp, see? Little up. Now the second string is this.
It's a little sharp, right?
The pair, then the last string. But you will have to play both the pairs when you are tuning the last note. And then the first note, that is pa.
All right, so the pa is lower
Now-
than the two middle ones. So I originally did, and it actually goes down. Bum, bum.
Down. Oh, and then the octave under. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so interesting to hear the creaky, just the wood peg and everything. Everything about it just feels like ancient and just
It
magical.
does,
And
yeah.
I wish I had one here to kind of like try to tune it myself.
Yeah. No, I've said before, these instruments they're take away the musicality part of it, and they're works of art. They're just really
Right.
they like to put them together.
One should hold it like this when practicing.
The size of the resonator there. Wow.
Oh, it froze again.
This is the right posture to see.
Well, I got to see the size of the resonator.
Well, I'm not happy for
I'm
you.
not sure. I'm actually going to back it up because usually we just see the front of it. I didn't realize actually how deep it is. The
Wow.
depth of this. Look at the size of
Yeah,
this.
look at. Yeah, that's amazing.
And this what the larger the body, the
This is the
resonating
right posture.
cavity is, the more it allows the lower frequency to exist. Because that
Right.
waveform is larger, so it needs a larger space to be cultivated. That's why a cello is so big
Mhm.
compared to a violin, for example. The body itself,
Right.
not just the length of the neck.
To see it with the Taanpura. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Sa re ga ma pa ma ga ma da. See, I am singing Komal Dha. Dha, da, ma, pa, da. Although the pa and sa, only two notes are being tuned here. But I am singing ga, ma, ne, da.
You see that freedom.
Ne, sa, sa, da. In Bhairo. It's complementing my singing. So if you sit like this, the tambura should be played the 2/3 distance of both the bridges. This is the lower bridge, this is the upper bridge. And if I sit like this, I can play very easily just in the 2/3 position, resting my hands on my knees here.
You have to, because you think of the length of these ragas that they do. And
Oh,
there's
yeah,
no
you have to
way
find
you can keep your hand up like
A
that.
strategic position, yeah. Any
Yeah,
of the
it's
instruments.
smart.
I mean, if you're playing that long, you have to figure out the proper way to carry yourself and hold your limbs just to last
Exactly.
for the
And-
performance, but also over years of doing it.
Absolutely. Just that, but I just stressing what he's pointing out. He keeps reiterating that there's only two notes. And then I know you pointed this out as well because it leaves room for interpretation. If there was a third, your
It boxes
raga
you in.
is
Yeah.
immediately locked in. Now the shrutis that it's going to complement that are really limited in terms of what you can do along with it. It
Yeah,
doesn't
the ragas,
stop
yeah.
you from being able to produce something obviously beautiful and incredibly melodic, but it really creates a shadow over what the possibilities are, if that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, because basically, I mean, almost every single, when you leave it open like that with a first, fifth, and an octave, or just a first and fifth, almost every note works.
Right.
You know, so you know, like starting on the one. It's
Even that
punchy,
in
but
passing is cool.
I mean, it just
Yeah.
pretty much everything works, and then when you start to play around with the order, like he did with the major third and the seventh.
Right.
I mean, it just creates
It's pretty cool.
something amazing. I don't know. I love it.
And the rhythm also, it should not be like this. See the hands, see the fingers, it's straight.
Why does it keep freezing? Hold on. Reset again. Part of the Saturday Sadhana experience is patience.
Yes, that's right. This is also a spiritual lesson.
It is. That's right.
In addition to a reaction show.
The most traditional way is to play the first string with this middle finger and all the three strings with the first finger. But sometimes ustads played like this. It's a drawn instrument, see, it never stops. It's always trying to bring you in its territory. It's calling you, come here, like this.
That's cool.
Like this. So I am not going into more details, but this is the minimum thing one should know when he starts learning Indian music. But at a very early age, one cannot tune Taanpura because it's very difficult. At least minimum power in hands, minimum strength in the fingers will have to be there. Otherwise, one cannot tune the Taanpura correctly. That's why harmonium is also a very important instrument for learning Indian music and to understand the notes, to see the notes. Because when we are singing, one cannot see the vocal cords, one cannot see the notes inside. Mm-hmm. So it is very important to have the visual aspects of the notes through a harmonium.
Yep.
Yep.
So these are the instruments I thought that I should give some important informations regarding these two instruments. Now, this is the gents Taanpura. Now, Anol Chatterjee is sitting here. He will tune the ladies Taanpura very quickly. See?
Kaushiki had a very good influence and teacher at home with him as a father, with being that knowledgeable, understanding the true value of everything. Because these things can be taken for granted when instruments are being handed down for hundreds, thousands of years. It's, you know, it can be overlooked, especially if you've got 3 or 4 sitting in your family room. I mean, we don't have any, but do you know how many students I have that they're like, oh yeah, we have a piano in the family room. I'm like, go sit there, go use it. Let's pluck the notes. If it's just there, sometimes it gets taken for granted. That's what people do with their voice. It's there with them all the time, and they don't spend the quality time to nurture it. Mm-hmm. So I love these details.
Yeah, no, I feel like we've seen a few instances of children that come from a very skilled and talented lineage, and obviously, as they say in the West, the apple does not fall far from the tree. For a reason. It's just good genetics, and then also just nurturing the skills well.
Such a big part of it.
How he tunes the tambura. The basic difference between a gents and ladies tambura is like this. The basic difference is this, that the ladies' tambura, the middle strings, what I mentioned, juri, those two strings are tuned in the upper sa, the upper sa of the middle octave. And the first string is tuned in the middle octave, fifth note, pa,
Right.
or ma. And the last string, its kharaj, means the
Down.
middle octave sa. But in the gents tambura it was lower octave sa.
Right.
But in case of a female tambura, it's middle octave sa.
Okay. So it won't have the same depth.
Onol is tuning the tambura in B flat. That means A sharp or B flat.
So you really have to crank that thing, yes.
Yeah. And constantly checking the other two strings for reference.
Now see how quick he tuned the tambura, only maybe 1 minute, maybe less than that. Now, two things I forgot to mention, that this is a B flat tanpura. The playing style will be the same, but this
I want to point something else out. Maybe he mentioned this earlier and I missed it. He's referring to this as a B flat tempura. I know that's not the name of it, but the actual tension of the strings, the length of the
I was
neck,
thinking the same thing.
and the
yeah.
resonant body. So, do they design these specifically for a key or a note? And maybe that's why it's necessary to have these different sizes and shapes.
Right. Well, it's the same thing with guitar. When you get a guitar set up or intonated to make sure everything is properly in tune. I mean, the tension and just the shape of everything and the size of the guitar
Right.
all plays into it. So it's very specific, and you can
Go down.
you can
can
go down
go
maybe
up.
a half step, maybe a full step, and you can do it, but it's not. It's never.
Yeah.
It's very unstable when it's not in the intended key
Exactly.
that it was set up for.
It doesn't stay in tune as long, and it doesn't resonate in that acoustic body as well as purely.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that this is the same. Obviously, this came.
Yeah, and in this
before
case,
the
they're
guitar,
lowering
but-
it. They're lowering it a minor third, so 3/2 steps down.
Right.
these overtones are coming from these threads. See, I am just taking out the thread.
Well, that's what gives it that little.
Still there is resonance.
Little buzz.
Overtones is still
Buzz,
there, but
that's a good word.
see the difference?
Yes.
If I remove it or displace it,
I was
This is
wondering
closed.
about that. Okay. Wow.
this is closed. Same string I'm playing, see?
That detail he's talking about further enhances the reality that it cannot be reproduced by just a digital box. That is in a very alive, organic thing that's working against the tensions in that moment based on its location and it. Yeah, what a cool
Yeah.
little detail.
It's interesting when you take that out of context and you just hear that one note over and over again. It kind of sounds not soothing, but
Right.
when you start to sustain the notes and then play them
It's
with
just-
the other notes, then it becomes this very heavenly and very tranquil
Yeah.
sounding thing. It's very what a fascinating instrument.
This is how the overtones come. And these overtones complement your voice. And these small pieces, we call these menka,
Minka.
or guli. Menka or guli, to fine tune tambura sometimes when we are performing on a stage and there is no sufficient space to lie down the tambura. So we just take the help of these small pieces
Ah.
to refine tune it.
So
to
that'll
fine tune
Raise or lower the
strings.
tension of the
We
string.
use these 4 pieces for fine tuning of the strings. This is the basic understanding and tuning process of a Taanpura.
Wow. That was super cool.
Yeah, no, I wanted to learn more about that because just on the surface, watching and listening to it's always in the background, and the fact that it's just basically droning the same note. It's it seems simplistic, but obviously, I mean, much more goes into it.
It musically anchors everything that's happening,
and it's essential. It is essential to the whole sound. So I love the drone. I mean, I've talked about this before, where I'm such a big fan of chord progressions normally. I just
of course
love a good chord progression. But we've heard plenty of Indian music where there is chord progressions and they still maintain, they still play a rag over it. But
right.
There's something, about having the drone, and like I was explaining before, just how every single note can work, and it creates a totally different mood. Having that freedom is almost it creates different chords. So even taking the first, third, and fifth, or the first fifth and octave, I mean. So when you start adding the melody note wherever it lands, all right. So there's your fifth. So now that's a minor sixth. Then this one gives it a major tonality. That gives it a minor tonality.
I think
this gives it a little bit of a little dissonant quality, but and then you start again the combination of things going.
That's what gives it such a magical sensation, because and an emotional sensation, because there's a constant state of, we'll say, room for interpretation. So based on how I'm feeling and my taste and my conditioning and my life experiences, when I hear a mean going into the fifth, or goes to that, minor sixth or whatever, we both, your ears and my ears, your brain and my brain, are both going to recognize the change, but how it resonates and what is triggered within our mind is going to be different. It's like a different shade of the same color. And so
that's why you can have 10 people listen to the same song, and people are going to...
Exactly.
3 people are going to love it, 3 people are going to hate it, yeah.
But in Indian classical music, I feel like it's just, there's more depth to it because of the type of tuning, because of the multi-shrutis, because of what we're talking about, the open for interpretation where you're not boxed in at any point. So I'm not saying anything we don't already know, or maybe even discussed in this reaction, but I'm just, it's soaking in for me as a listener.
But just the importance of the drone to the whole sound and to the harmonics of it as well, even though it seems, again, simplistic because it's saying open, it's saying constant, and then it's open, but what it can create with the melodic instruments, that's wow. And at the end of the day, just like any kind of music, it's you can theorize to your heart's content, but there's a mysterious quality of like the combination of things. Okay, I'm just playing random notes, but it's like it's when you go from a minor third to a major seventh or whatever, what that creates, the combination, it's sort of mysterious, and it's
right.
That's what
makes it
for
magical.
Me as a musician.
Yeah. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you everybody for joining us. We will return to discovering more instruments on a deeper level in the future. But next week, we're going to come back to another raga. But this, I'm really glad we took some time to explore these. And we do see the comments. There's so many more wonderful instruments that you are recommending. We will get to them. We're just going to kind of pace things out a little bit. So we appreciate your patience on that as well.
It's going to be a long journey, but
that's right.
We're here for the ride. Yes. So make sure you guys check out our Indian music playlist, in particular our Saturday Sadhana, and we hope you have a good day.
See you in the next video.
See you in the next video. Bye.